Hi everyone, today's video then concerns ventilation and our old friend condensation still a bit, and getting fresh air into your property so they can breathe properly. I do believe some houses, these new ones, are over insulated by a mile, but that's my opinion. So what we're trying to get right here is a combination of fresh clean air into your property, but not too much that you're cold. But you also want to get rid of the damp condensated air also. Now this video is only for you that have or did have a fireplace, an open fireplace in the front room. Lots of them are boarded over, yeah, they're gone, ripped out, but the actual hole and the chimney going up is still in place. It's worth looking up on the chimney, see if you've got a cowl on there so it's still open, because it could be very useful. A friend of mine has cut a vent in the front of his boarding so that you can now see through into the chimney place. Fitted a hit and miss vent so you could shut it on and off, slide it forward and backwards, and he knew his flue was open and okay, it wasn't boarded over, because he just struck a match and not put the flame near it, blew the match out, and then just see whether there was suction pulling the smoke up the chimney. And once he saw that was happening, he knew his flue was open. Now if yours isn't, it's probably still worth maybe getting someone to go up there and have a look, because you'd always get him to fit one of these devices, and it's called an air cap. I'll show you it. And once that's on and your flue is back open again, you have a lovely ventilation device for your home that's been there all the time. It's boarded over, but it's still there. Another nice thing to do if you want to increase the airflow and have even better air into your property, then have a vent fitted through to the outside brickwork, blockwork, whatever your house is made of, to the outside air. A vent coming through. You can get them in like a tube with two vents on either end, so you literally drill a core hole through the wall to the outside, somewhere where you won't notice too much draft. You can still have a hit and miss vent on the inside if you wanted to calm it down if it was too much draft. All that would do then is pull fresh air in from outside, bring it in and up the flue. This is kind of really changing your air. Instead of using the air in your room and being sucked up the flue, and then you're trying to get air from gaps in cracks in the doors or under doors from other rooms and things like that, you're actually putting fresh air into the room, and you're getting rid of the stale rubbish stuff. So this is kind of a play off between, we don't want the room to be cold, but at the same time it's more than nice to have that feeling of fresh clean air in a property. I don't know if you've ever recognised when you go in some places, you think that lovely smell in this house, and sometimes it isn't all these fabric sprays or anything like that. It's just plain and simple fresh air. If you go into a place that's reeking damp and mould, the smell is the worst, horriblest smell in your life, isn't it? It's just dreadful. So this kind of also freshens your home up a little bit, actually makes it feel clean and fresh, because you've got this lovely airflow coming in. And as I say, with hit and miss vents you can tame it down a bit if you don't want too much of it. It's a particularly cold day, you can have a trade-off balance between the two. This will also, where the chimney goes up, will benefit all the rooms, because I'm sure that if it was capped off at the bottom, there's always a possibility you could have been getting damp on the chimney walls in the bedrooms where they went through, because that sometimes happens when it's locked off from the bottom, even though you've got some air maybe at the top. But especially if it's sealed off at the top on the chimney and it's just a void space, I've heard of people getting damp spots in bedrooms and they don't know why it's happening, but it's on the actual chimney breast itself. But once you've opened that up and allowed the air to come in and go up the chimney and out, it's all cured, everything is back tickety-boo. And I know you're going to say, oh, my heat is going to go up the chimney, what's the point in doing that, it's all going to go in there and I've put my heating on, it's all going to be wasted. No, it won't be actually, because the warmer air does tend to rise up and not be down at a lower level. And we're talking about putting this vent down at a low level, not up high, you have it down fairly low, because the colder, cooler air will stay down the bottom and travel through. But the trade-off here is heat versus ventilation. I think ventilation should win, and always win in my book, because also I do remember that dry, clean air is easier to warm up anyway than cold, damp air, where your body, just being alive, gives off condensation. Just us breathing like now. We make the condensation, so we need to get a fix in it, don't we? So there's just a little one. If you do happen to have an old boarded over fireplace, let me know if you've done this and you've had any good results. It'd be interesting to hear, and I'm sure everybody else would love to hear what results you've had from cutting a vent in there and seeing any benefits. It'll be worthwhile. Okay, that's about it though. All my stuff, you know where to go, usual place, Derek 33. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.